apparently. And I got an achievement. The Conformist. Witness a certain story regarding light, shadow, and hydrology. Okay. Sure. I guess we witnessed that. I want to steal more tea. Yo.
Settle down. Rise.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Goodbye, sir. You could have lived. You could have lived. Okay. Do we want the quest to the north or the quest to the south? Let's maybe do the quest to the south. This dog has a name. Pet. There's a scratch here on the dog's head that looks like it was made by a cat's claws. Someone's musings. Pelicans perched beside the pier, contemplating the anglers of Qiaoying. Okay. And there are the fish lanterns. Yeah, that Genshin video from last year was definitely hinting at this place. Miss Cat, of course, that has to be it. Great, I just knew it. Guijaro? Storm, Paimon, imagine running into you here. What are you doing in Qiaoying Village? Have you finished writing your book? You wouldn't still happen to be imagining weird things, would you? Or having symptoms of paranoia? Oh, no. I've already finished writing that book. Right now, it's just a matter of waiting for the Court Craft of Fontaine to get printed and go on sale. Wow, Paimon's hooked just hearing the title. What's the book about? Let's see, it's about a cowardly detective and his fearless little sister, who's also acting as his assistant. They came across a crime museum, which hosts within it the evidence for countless crimes. Throughout the story, they also encounter missing twins, a mecha puppet that cries, and a museum curator who's been drowned in his fountain. And in the end, they find out that the prime suspect is none other than a child who just turned 3 years old. Okay. Once it officially goes on sale, I'll send you both autographed copies. Score, but Paimon might be too scared to read it on her own. It's decided then. Storm, please read it to Paimon. Okay. Sounds like a great use of my time. Yeah, you're the best. Come on, you two. No need to ham it up like that. It's just a crime novel, not a horror story. As for something truly terrifying, I plan on writing a new novel. I've already made a rough outline, and I've been looking everywhere for new material to use as inspiration for the details. Hey, don't look at me like that. This time, all I want to do is combine the crime novel with some local folktales. Even if we're collecting reference materials, there's no way I'll be all paranoid and jumpy like before. Why not do it in Fontaine? Well, you see, many people have already written about Fontainian folklore, and I, too, write something a bit more original. It also just so happened that a friend of mine was planning to come here to check out the tea business, so I tagged along. No sooner had I stepped off the boat than I discovered some truly stellar subject matter. Just as I was considering how to best pursue the matter, you two came over. To borrow the local Liwa lingo, this would be destined to meet, though originally separated by more than 1,000 miles. Already adapting to the local culture, I see. How should Paimon put it? Well, maybe it's no wonder you're a great writer. You're so quick when it comes to understanding the local customs. But did you just say you've already found something? There's nothing here. Says who? Look. Do you not see this cat? But what's so strange about a cat? You must be unaware. The legends of Qiaoying village. There are strange beasts known as Juanwen beasts. According to the legends, these strange beasts appear like young cats and can sense good and evil, concealing themselves at night and rising with the sun, eating the wind and drinking the dew, crossing 1,000 miles in a day, and gnawing tea trees at night to nourish themselves. Anyway, that's what the article in Bedazzled said, at least. Where did you dig up a tabloid like that? Feels like whoever wrote that, all they heard was the name Juanwen Beast, and they just tossed every weird rumor they'd ever heard into a pot and started stirring. Still, based on my own investigations, there are indeed Juanwen Beasts near Qiaoying village, even if I'm still a bit fuzzy on the details. But as long as they exist, then I can study and use them. Wow, Guijaro's completely different from before. She used to be so scared and timid, and now she came all the way here with nothing but a name to go on. Apologies. It's one of my faults. As soon as I start writing, I'll find myself drawn into the same mindset as the book's character. The protagonist of this book is a super confident detective, so self-assured that you could say they consider everyone else to be beneath them. Alrighty, that's enough blah blah for now. I need to carefully research this little... The cat turns and flees like lightning. Whoa, it ran away after it. Without another word, Guijaro breaks into a run, sprinting after the cat. Not again. We've got to catch up to her quickly, or who knows what kind of wacky hijinks Guijaro will get up to this time. Guijaro, not so fast. I definitely do not remember this quest line. Where am I going? Oh, dog. Follow the fleeing cat. See, Paimon said it was just an ordinary kitten. To think that. Stretchies. Do you know of any Juanwen beasts? The cat turns and leaves, looking frustrated. Still, do you think that this kitten could be the young form of the mystical beast lying low here in Qiaoying village till it is fully grown and can destroy all the tea trees in one fell swoop? Miss Guijaro, not this again. Anyway, haven't I told you before that Juanwen beasts are hardly that gentle? Ah, Miss Wang Fan. Hung Fan? What a coincidence. What brings you here today? Please stop mentioning things like criminal cases around here. What if the children begin to take you seriously? You know each other? Yes, when I came here, it was this lady who I hired to help me carry my baggage. I also consulted her regarding all manners of folklore. If I've told you once, I've told you countless times that Juanwen beasts won't appear here, but you just won't believe me. What was that thing you said? Even if they won't appear, I'll still have many ways to collect information on them. There you go again. I know my hopes of dissuading you are slim, but still I must ask you not to leave the village willy-nilly. The beasts are actually quite dangerous, so if you do end up encountering one, please do not leave the village on your own. Hung Fan leaves looking even more exhausted and resigned than the cat. Rip. Well, since Miss Hung Fan said so, we are going to have to go elsewhere to get our material. Come then, follow me. Okay. Where are we going? Not that far. I really don't remember her first quest. That was apparently in Fontaine. Clearly we did it. But I got nothing. What do you think? This a tea cauldron. That's right, and it does something with the tea that makes it kind of special. Whatever the case, it's been placed smack dab in the middle of this place, too. If you ask me, it must hold some special significance. Man, imagine a town that's known for its tea having a statue of a teapot. Why does this matter? Now then, what if our Zhuan Wen beast has been using this as its hiding place all along? You'll be writing a fantasy story at this rate, you know. Feels like the next thing you know, you'll introduce some adepti into the story. I don't know if that's the right kind of plot to write for a crime story. Those are some fine expressions you've got there. Are you thinking perhaps that a crime story centered around a Juanwen beast might feel too absurd to be taken seriously? Because your crime story about a 3-year-old was serious? Well, yeah, kinda. Can you really use something like that to move the plot forward? Wait, don't tell me you're... Aren't you a sharp one, Storm? You sure do live up to your fame. Exactly. I intend to write about a crime too absurd to be possible. Your reactions, along with Miss Hung Fan's, are very interesting. I'll include them into the novel for sure. As for the Juanwen beast, it shall be my perpetrator, a creature that has never been seen, but is said to devour the village's evildoers. During a certain festival, a villager is found to have met their end at the hands of some wild beast outside the settlement. But during the second festival day, the main character encounters the victim, who should be dead, only for yet another victim to soon emerge afterward. Wait, and then what? Then what? Well, I haven't thought that far yet. I'm leaving now. Oh, come on. Once I finish, I'll send you 2 autographed copies for sure. In fact, I've still got a big favor I'll need your help with. Miss Hung Fan has said that I shouldn't leave the village by myself, right? Well, I've taken her advice to heart. But now that you're here, I'm no longer alone. That means I can go outside. We're not going to go too far off, of course, so are you willing to help me? Fine. We'll do it if you can tell us the end of the story. Well then, let's head over there, shall we? There's a place I'd like to go. Speaking of that, aren't you gonna get a whole... Okay, I can't read this. Oh, don't worry. I usually just jot my ideas down in a notebook. I don't know. After meeting you two, I just can't help but think my thoughts... I can't read that fast. So these are lanterns. These ones look like fish. How very fascinating. So these handles can be used to raise the lanterns up. With this detachable structure, someone with a head for engineering design can easily have a section or 2 secretly added without being discovered. The space within is pretty large. You should be able to insert a few... Stop! Jolly well keep those thoughts to yourself. Oh, right. Sorry. I just can't stop myself from thinking aloud upon seeing these fascinating things. Something hidden inside would not work. The lantern or fire is put into the inside of the fish, and if there was something inside, it would be shadowed on the outside. So your plan is incorrect. It's not how lanterns work. You cast a shadow. Could I trouble you to go to the side and take a picture of this fish lantern for me? I'd like to have a reference picture for later. Okay. I'm leaving the photo taking in your hands then. Yes, please make sure you'll grab a shot of the entire lantern. This is incredibly important to me. Cooking up a scheme related to dimensions will be quite interesting. The question now is how they will solve the weight problem. Huh? Where did Guijaro go? Wasn't she here just a moment ago? Maybe she was kidnapped. Hey, don't say stuff like that. She probably just ran off somewhere thinking about her plot line. Let's search the area. The tea field to the side gives us a good vantage point. Let's start from there. Good idea. Let's start our search from up high. Where's Guijaro gone? Is she suffering from her imaginative fits again? We've got to find her, and quick. Guijaro, how did you get out over here? No, I can't have them find the key clue just like that. Also, can someone really still think well after being tied up here all night? Wow, she's totally engrossed. Has she finally found a breakthrough? More like a real roadblock. Storm Paimon, you've arrived just in time. Could you tie me to a wooden stake? Did Paimon hear that right? Yep, that's exactly what I said. Please tie my hands and string me up by them on a tree. Well, they're all wood anyway, so it should make no difference. I don't intend to become the suspect in your novel. Oh, don't worry. I've already written up a liability document which assigns responsibility for all mishaps that might occur to me. No, that's not the problem. Why do you want us to tie you up at all? You haven't done anything wrong. But the main character of my novel will be strung up by their hands by the villagers and left in the wild for a whole night awaiting the Xuanwen beast's judgment. Later in the plot, the main character, having expected this turn of events, will somehow survive and endure the night before revealing the truth behind everything. However, I have no clue how a person who has been tied up for a whole night would feel. Not how they sound, think, or even move. Well, they wouldn't be able to move their arms if their hands had been tied for that long. Especially if they're hung by them, they would have no blood flow. That's why I need you to tie me up and keep me here the whole night. That way, I'll be able to experience those feelings for myself. No. Well, there is, but it probably wouldn't be as effective. Instead of that, I could raise my hands up and stay here for the whole night. Or you could just not write that novel. Our actions here could easily be misunderstood. You're really putting your main character through the ringer. Please, this is the most important step. Once I get over this hurdle, my novel will be complete. If we use this method, you won't have to commit any crimes. Not that we ever had to. We never had to in the first place. Well, I mean, you really don't have to do all that much. Just stand guard by my side so that I won't be dragged off by someone or sub-animal while I gather the information I need. Let me see. Considering the atmosphere we're trying to create in the novel, we still need to go further up. Hey, wait for us. You and Guijaro climbed to the highest point of the tea fields. Phew, it's kind of cold, but it really gets you in the mood of things. Are you really going to stand here the whole night with your hands upraised? That's right. I've decided to do this. Some sacrifices must be made for the sake of writing. Well, please stand guard here in the meantime. Just one night. Just one night. Wait until the next morning. This lady is crazy. Crazy. Don't think the character would be able to return to the village alone like this. Guijaro, let's help her up first. You help Guijaro up so she's sitting properly on the ground. So that's how it feels. It's quite awful indeed. Not only am I exhausted, I feel like even my mind's gotten all sluggish. Mission accomplished then? Of course. I finally know how it feels to be tied, strung up, and left to the elements for a night. That protagonist of yours is pretty tough. That's right. I've also figured out how the protagonist is going to chase the Xuanwen beast away. If we conclude the story that way, it will surely Ooh, are they going to pull off a super cool trick? It will surely be really awesome. Guijaro faints once again. Hey, Guijaro, couldn't you have said how this would work before fainting? Anyway, let's get her to a doctor. Back to the village. Miss Hungfan was right. This lady really shouldn't have left the village. Is it over? Am I free? I am. Thank you. Okay. That is going to be it for the day. I don't know when the next time I'll stream Genshin will be. Maybe next week. Tomorrow's gonna be my day off. Friday is going to be my time at Sandrock, and then Saturday is Legend of Heroes. But yep, that's gonna be it for the day. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.